Oh my God, do somebody please say it ain't so. Celina Powell just exposed Lil Meech for being a crackhead. How your father a drug kingpin and you turned out to be a crackhead? I figure he should know that dope is bad. Now that Celina Powell exposed him, I think his career is completely over.
I'm begging you, please delete this stuff. This is my reputation, bro. I apologize for saying what I said to you. Please, man.
You said it was cap though. What was cap, Demetrius?
Celina, I said that to get the post deleted, Celina.
Okay. Right. But now you want to make me look like a liar in front of the internet. It's crazy, Demetrius.
That's not how I tried to make you seem. I apologize for that.
It's good. Bye.
I'm waiting on your food, baby.
I didn't give you no time.
I'm waiting on your food. We made your food fresh. We waiting on your food, so what's the problem?
You got my shirt ready.
First of all, don't be taking a voice up on me like this. We can go there. We can go there.
You know I love you.
You don't know me to love you, baby.
I'm just saying.
But I'm saying
First
no.
time.
But I'm just saying. Why you say that? You don't know what you're doing now. I am being friendly. I'm giving you the same energy you're giving me. There you go.
I always got you. I got Brian food. Where's Brian food at? I got Brian. No.
Damn, I can't help my cousin bring the bags in the house. We went to the grocery store, man.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, breathe. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh my God.
Now you gotta get your weight up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You gotta get your weight up.
I'ma have to say all this news is alleged because I like Lil Meech. He was raised up rich. His father went to jail. I'm pretty sure his mother had dope money to spare. He went to private schools and things. There's a story that a lot of people haven't heard, and I want to share that with y'all right now.
Your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
50 know Lil Meech is a little punk. Airport. Gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun.
Meech was making money, but he was spending it hand over fist, like you said.
Chrome heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those, do the math. What's that, 100,000?
Everybody knows Big Meech is a legendary figure, a street icon, and a name that holds weight in hip-hop history, all thanks to the whole Black Mafia family empire. But then you bring in his son, Lil Meech, and that whole legacy kinda starts to lose its shine.
Airport. Gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun. You don't know my dad?
Lil Meech has been caught up in so much drama lately that a lot of people probably look at the BMF name now and just see a circus. Let's break it down. So here's the thing, because Big Meech is his dad, Lil Meech probably feels like he has to live up to that legacy. You know, carry that same gangster image and walk in his father's footsteps. But from the way things have been going, it's clear he's just not cut from the same cloth. People look at him and just see a poser, not a boss. Unlike Big Meech, who really came up from the grit and built an empire from the streets up, Lil Meech grew up in comfort. Word is he had a pretty privileged upbringing, private school, safe neighborhood, the whole 9 yards. So when he tries to push that gangster lifestyle in public, it feels off.
You go to private school, my dad's like Pablo Escobar, I'm innocent, that's who he really is, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these people get caught up and stuck in character.
Lil Meech is not a gangster.
Not at all.
He's the son of a gangster. That's it.
And the stuff he's done only adds fuel to the fire. One of the biggest hits to his street credibility came when those snitching allegations popped up. And in that world, snitching is the one thing you don't ever do. Back in 2022, he got caught up in some mess at the airport. TSA agents found a Glock 19 in a bag reportedly linked to him. From there, it just went downhill fast. Instead of staying solid, Lil Meech started talking like a lot. First, he tried saying he was a minor, he was 22. Then he claimed he didn't even pack the bag, that someone else put the gun there.
Do you have your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out after the fact.
That kind of talk is exactly what gets you labeled a snitch in street circles, even if it doesn't lead to someone getting locked up. Now, to keep up appearances, Lil Meech had surrounded himself with street guys, real ones, probably to sell that tough guy image. But after the body cam footage from that airport incident dropped, a bunch of them backed off. They didn't want any part of that energy. But still, a few stuck around, one of them being a guy named 3 Luck. He stayed loyal, maybe thinking things would blow over or hoping Meech would prove himself. But that loyalty ended up backfiring in the worst way. Fast forward to mid-2025 and everything comes crashing down. 3LuCC ends up airing Lil Meech out on social media, exposing him for something pretty wild. According to him, Lil Meech basically let him take the fall for something serious. The situation traces back to October 24th, 2024. That day, 3LuCC was just tagging along while Lil Meech ran some errands. But what 3LuC didn't know was that Meech was actually a suspect in an active investigation, and the cops were already watching. So when they ran his tags and realized who it was, they pulled the car over. But Lil Meech didn't stop right away. He hesitated, made it look like he might try to flee. And at the time, 3LuCC was just knocked out in the passenger seat, unaware of what was going on.
Hey, this Cadillac might take off on us. It's now pulling into the parking lot. It's stopped right now, but it's registered to Lil Meech. Hey, go ahead and pull into the parking lot.
But here's where it gets messy. Allegedly, while 3LuCC is still asleep, Lil Meech starts moving illegal stuff off of himself and stashing it near 3 Luck's seat. So when he finally does pull over and the cops approach the vehicle, 3 Luck wakes up to sirens and police lights and suddenly realizes there's incriminating stuff near him. He looks over at Meech and in that split second it hits him that he just got set up by the very person he thought he was riding with. So the cops pull over the car and separate Lil Meech and 3LuCC. They start going through the vehicle and at first all they find are firearms. Now, this is in Florida, and if you know anything about Florida's gun laws, they're way more relaxed compared to places like Cali or New York. So just having guns in the car is not the end of the world. The cops weren't even sweating it too much. At that point, they were pretty much gonna let both Lil Meech and 3LuC walk. But then Lil Meech does the unthinkable. Completely unprovoked, he randomly blurts out to the police that there's more in the car. Like, he literally says there's other illegal stuff in there.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal what?
To have a firearm.
I'm talking about the other stuff.
Huh?
The other stuff.
Talking about the other guy?
The other stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Mind you, the cops hadn't said anything about or anything else. They were just focused on the guns. But once Lil Meech opened his mouth, it gave the cops a reason to take a second look. And just like that, what was about to be a light situation suddenly took a dark turn. So now with both guns and in the mix, the whole case takes a serious turn. 3 Lil CC ends up arrested. He's the one hit with the charges, and eventually he's sentenced to 40 months in prison. Now at the time, 3 Lil CC didn't even know Lil Meech had said anything to the cops. He didn't know Lil Meech had low-key snitched and shifted the blame onto him. From his point of view, he probably thought Meech just panicked and tried to hide the stuff. Even though he was pissed, he might have figured, alright, I'll eat this. Maybe Meech will hold it down while I'm locked up. So 3 Lil CC spends his entire life savings trying to fight the case. But through all of that, not a dime came from Lil Meech or his camp. But eventually, everything comes to light. 3 Lil CC gets his hands on the footage, or at least sees some part of the police video where Lil Meech admits there's more illegal stuff in the car. And just like that, it clicks. Everything makes sense. That's when the betrayal really hits home. And that's when 3 Lil CC decides to stop being silent. He goes on Instagram and fully exposes Lil Meech, drops receipts, posts a voice recording of a phone convo between them, where Lil Meech is heard apologizing.
I'm thinking that was gonna be handled already, so I really took a chance on using the money I had saved up for my family.
Yeah. I apologize for that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Apparently, during that call, Lil Meech even told 3 Lil CC that once the BMF show rebooted, he'd get him some money and look out. But around that same time, rumors had started floating around that 50 Cent wasn't bringing the show back, that it had been canceled. So 3 Luck, already feeling the pressure, reached out to Meech again. And once again, Lil Meech made promises, and once again, no help came. Then, when 3 Lil CC sees the body cam footage that confirms Lil Meech's role in setting him up, that's the final straw. He lets everything out for the world to see. But as bad as this looks for Lil Meech, people aren't even that shocked. Because for a while now, there's been this narrative about him being disloyal, and the same goes for his father. Both of them have a reputation for turning on people, which is part of the reason they're currently at odds with 50 Cent. If there was anybody who had the power to bridge the respect gap for Lil Meech, the one person who could really vouch for him and give him legitimacy both in Hollywood and the streets, it was none other than 50 Cent. After all, 50 didn't just put Meech Jr. on the map by casting him in the BMF series. He played the role of mentor, big brother, industry plug, and image protector all rolled into one. For a while, 50 was going hard for Lil Meech, even shielding him from the typical criticisms that come with being the son of a street legend. But that relationship blew up spectacularly in 2025, and the whole thing played out in the public eye like a messy breakup. It all started with Big Meech's release from prison. The moment should have been a unifying celebration. Father's out, son's already built a name for himself playing his dad in a hit show, and the BMF brand was being reintroduced to a new generation. But then Big Meech made a move that caught 50 completely off guard. He aligned himself with Rick Ross, one of 50's longtime rivals, and teamed up for a flashy welcome home concert.
February 13th, the Big Meech home benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends.
That was a line 50 felt shouldn't have been crossed, especially after he had been the one keeping the Meech name alive, not just in pop culture but financially, by putting Lil Meech in position. To 50, he'd poured time, money, and effort into the Flannery family, and now he felt played. So what did he do? He turned to the one weapon he's always used best, the internet.
Because Big Meech is doing this big concert, and I believe he was probably trying to create more interest in it. And so then 50 gets upset about that.
50 took to Instagram and let it rip. He started posting shots not just at Big Meech, but at Lil Meech too. One of the wildest posts was this viral image of a rat with the caption, "I think I'm Big Meech," twisting Rick Ross's famous lyric into a dig, basically calling Big Meech a snitch.
Now I'm wondering, did Lil Meech get paid well for doing the BMF show? I figure he on TV, he should have been getting a big bag. But when you think about it, it was a whole lot of people on that show. It was some cast members that had way better acting skills. They even had a couple of actors from the UK. They brought Monique in, you know she wasn't settling for no shorts. There's probably a chance that Lil Meech was getting lowballed the whole time he was on the BMF show. And if he on drugs like they say he on drugs, that money went straight up his nose. This is so sad to see that after all they built, after all the dope they sold, they ain't got nothing to show for it.
Did 50 post anything, or did he just kind of, did he just unfollow Lil Meech?
Well, he posted a rat, said they call me Big Meech.
And it didn't stop there. When it came to Lil Meech, 50 really turned up the heat. He started exposing what he claimed were issues on set, that Lil Meech was showing up high, being unprofessional, and even had to be sent to rehab during the middle of filming. He didn't just say it either. He posted a photo of Lil Meech slumped in a wheelchair, slapped Amy Winehouse's rehab over it, and captioned it with lines like, "Damn, this is bad, you believe me now?" When Meech tried to laugh it off by telling TMZ, "Where I'm from, everybody needs rehab," 50 clapped back again, hard. He reposted that clip and mocked Meech's tough guy act, writing something like, "He must not have heard them say cut," basically saying Meech was still acting like a gangster even when the cameras weren't rolling, trying too hard to be something he wasn't. At this point, Meech clearly felt the heat. He reached out to 50 behind the scenes, trying to smooth things over. In leaked text messages, Lil Meech sounded hurt, confused, and blindsided. He told 50, "I've only ever shown you love. I never switched up. This internet-ish is throwing me off. You know me in real life." And in an attempt to prove he was still loyal, he even dissed Rick Ross in those texts, saying something like, "Yeah, F Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills until next season." But 50 wasn't buying it. Instead of keeping those messages private, he blasted them out on his Instagram with a sarcastic caption, mocking Meech and hinting that the BMF show was getting canceled. He basically said, "I'm done with the Meech business." And that was that. He cut ties completely. From that moment on, the streets and the industry started looking at Lil Meech differently. When a legend like 50 Cent, someone who's respected for being no nonsense and real, publicly writes you off as ungrateful and fake, it sticks, especially in hip-hop where loyalty matters. You can beef with someone and still get a pass, but if you're seen as disloyal to the man who gave you a shot, that's career S side. And to make matters worse, Lil Meech's next moves didn't help his case at all. Instead of laying low or trying to fix things, he went full-blown rebel mode. He popped out in Miami, partying with 50's known enemies, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. That's 2 for 2 in 50's rival circle. Then he posted a photo with them, captioning it "Real Power," a not-so-subtle jab at 50's Power franchise. His camp tried to spin it, saying Meech was unbothered, focused on new business ventures, doing his own thing without 50. But by then, the damage had been done. To a lot of people watching, it just confirmed what 50 was saying all along, that Lil Meech was quick to flip sides and had no loyalty when it counted. 50 Cent shut the door, his fans turned their backs, and Lil Meech, once seen as a rising star carrying his father's legacy, was now seen by many as a privileged kid who fumbled the bag and betrayed the very people who helped him win in the first place. And in the world Lil Meech is trying so hard to be accepted by, loyalty, respect, and authenticity are everything. Without them, all you've got is a name, and even that can fade fast. But aside from all the major fallout with 50 Cent and the scandal with 3 Lou CC, Lil Meech's track record is riddled with smaller controversies that, while not individually career-ending, definitely add up to paint a messy picture. It's like every few months there's another headline, another viral moment, another reason people side-eye him. And when you're already under a microscope for trying to live up to a legendary name like Big Meech, that kind of attention doesn't do you any favors. Take it back to 2022. Meech got arrested in Miami on grand theft and fraud charges over a watch. And not just any watch, a $250,000 Richard Mille. According to reports, he walked into a high-end jeweler, put down a Rolex as collateral, took the Richard Mille and dipped, still owing about $200K. Then, to make it worse, he allegedly tried to trade the watch at a different store like it was his. That move had "scammy" written all over it. While the charges were eventually dropped, the damage was already done. The story went viral. The headlines weren't talking about his acting chops or his legacy. They were saying, "BMF star caught up in watch scam." It was a bad look. Instead of giving off boss energy, he looked like a kid trying too hard to flex. Then there's his personal life, which honestly hasn't helped his image either. His relationship with R&B singer Summer Walker turned into straight-up blog bait. They had their cute couple moments on social media, but behind the scenes, things were messy. Cheating rumors started flying. And then came one of the weirdest moments of them all, the Musty situation. Comedian Jess Hilarious went on air and said Lil Meech was smelly. She joked that Summer Walker must have had a strong stomach dealing with him because he was musty.
He had came to Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
And he was a little musty, yeah.
Oh.
And he, that's all I said.
That joke lit the internet on fire. Now imagine trying to be taken seriously as a tough guy, a gangster's son, and the internet's roasting you for not wearing deodorant. Meech clapped back the only way he knew how, by airing Jess Hilarious out. He posted her old DMs trying to flirt with him, basically saying, "You didn't think I smelled bad, but by then the damage was done." These things on their own might seem like minor celebrity antics stuff any young famous guy might go through, but when you line them all up together, it starts to show a pattern. Lil Meech isn't being seen as this composed, disciplined, street-bred rising star. Instead, he's viewed as immature, reckless, and writing off his father's name without truly earning the respect that comes with it. The hip-hop community, especially the older heads and the ones who really come from that life, aren't buying what he's selling. They see through the social media persona. They compare him to Big Meech, who built an empire from the ground up, took risks, faced real consequences, and they look at Lil Meech like, this kid's not built like that. It's not even about him going to private school. Nobody faults him for having a better life than his pops. The issue is the act. As one fan put it bluntly, 50 didn't clown him for going to private school, he clowned him for pretending like he didn't. And that's the heart of it all, authenticity. In hip-hop and street culture, that's everything. You can't fake it. You can't talk tough if you've never walked through real fire. And when your name is Meech, expectations are even higher. So when you're out here getting caught up in petty drama, clout-chasing headlines, and online beefs, all while acting like you're built for the—
Oh my God, I just don't know. Y'all gonna have to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. I think that's what they get for calling themselves the Mafia family. Why they gotta be mafia? Why they couldn't just do their own thing and really have an organization that wasn't about spending all of their money, flashy cars, tricking off on girls? It was gonna fail since the beginning. They let them make that money. Y'all seen the movie Snowfall? It's always somebody out there fronting them that work, watching everything they do, and they know they putting their money right back in the economy. It's not like they was building communities or nothing like that. Fast forward to 2025, and Big Meech home with big fake jewelry, and Lil Meech is on dope. And it's a possibility that Big Meech is on dope. I don't want to be speaking on them due to these internet rumors, because you can't believe everything you hear on the internet. Lil Meech probably a healthy dude. You had Jess Hilarious talking about he was musty. Now people thinking he stank 24/7. You just never know what to believe. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. And for all you beautiful ladies out there, I'll risk my motherfucking life.
Risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl.